Mr Speaker.
I call Kevin Haig.
Mr Speaker, in my contribution on the first reading, I spoke about the process for this bill, which I consider to be profoundly unsatisfactory, and assure the House that the Green Party will be working to ensure that it does not set a precedent for other legislation. I want to talk now about some of the substance. So the reason for the special treatment that we convey in our law for Anzac Day, and in particular for the morning of Anzac Day, is the need to commemorate those war dead and those who have sacrificed much on our behalf, to express our respect and for a ritual indeed of respect. But sir, the reason that RSAs wish to be able to serve alcohol on Anzac Day morning is actually also that respect and commemoration. And so the exemption that would normally apply on Anzac Day morning ought to be reversed in the position, for the position of the RSAs. In general, sir, the Green Party has been concerned about trying to strike the correct balance in alcohol legislation between autonomy over an individual's body and their freedom of choice, and protecting society from the harm associated with alcohol. And Mr Speaker, in general, in alcohol-related legislation, we are concerned to minimise the harm caused by alcohol, and one of the ways that can best be done is by restricting the number of outlets, number of hours that alcohol is available to the community. There is clear evidence that reduces the harm that eventuates from the consumption of alcohol. And so, Mr Speaker, we believe that the Act that this bill amends did not go far enough in restricting supply. I want to place that on record. I also want in this contribution to contrast our position on this bill to the position that we took on the last bill amending the Sale and Supply Act, which was the one to remove entirely the need for special licences in relation to Rugby World Cup games. So that bill applied to all licensed premises and made a very major extension of licensed hours. Mr Speaker, we believed that extension went too far. In contrast, sir, this bill applies only to a very small subset of licensed premises and makes one brief annual extension of licensed hours, and we believe, sir, that is appropriate. Mr Speaker, I want to just briefly note our concern that the explanatory note to this bill is quite dismissive of alcohol-related harm, and we believe that that's inappropriate. There are many people who are returned service people who came back from the war or came back from their active service having sustained a damaged relationship with alcohol or indeed with other drugs. And I want in this contribution to salute those RSAs and other organisations that are actively taking steps to try to reduce that damage, reduce that harm, and to implement effective harm reduction steps in their licensed premises. I believe that they deserve this House's support. But in closing, sir, I want to record that the Green Party, along with I think every other party in this House, does not begrudge those returned service people a drink on Anzac Day morning. So to them I say cheers.